Yes, silence now. Joint venture means partnership. Okay, joint venture means partnership, but partnership is between the partners under a particular act. They make a written partnership deed, and generally the partnership continues until any dispute arises. Whereas joint venture is a special type of partnership which is undertaken for a particular venture, means adventure only. Once that venture or work is over, the partnership comes to an end. For example, suppose, let us say that Rohan is a big builder, okay, and Kavan is also a big builder. They come across a school project, but they are not so big builders that single-handedly Rohan can take up that project. He is not in a position or capacity to take that project single-handed. Kavan is also a big builder, but not so big builder that he can take the entire school project alone. So both of them join hands together. Means only for the construction of this school project, Rohan and Kavan enter into partnership. Other business of building will be doing separately of its own. Rohan is a builder, so if he is having 5-6 other projects, Kavan is not a partner to them. Kavan is a builder having his own 5-6 projects. Rohan is not a partner to that. They both are entering into a partnership only for the construction of that school. And as soon as the construction of school is over, the partnership will also come to an end. So Rohan will be doing his own business of building, plus this school construction he will be doing in partnership with Kavan. Kavan will be doing his own businesses, plus he will be doing this school project in partnership with Rohan. This is called joint venture. Any confusion with this? So it is a partnership, but partnership for a particular adventure. Here construction of that school, we call it as adventure in accounting terms. So adventure here doesn't mean think about that sports adventure activities. In accountancy, adventure means work. Any business is considered as adventure. Is everyone clear with it? So any confusions? Write down. Meaning, joint venture means a partnership. Joint venture means a partnership formed, F-O-R-M-E-D, formed for a particular work or job or adventure. So as soon as the work is over, comma, the partnership comes to an end. The partnership comes to an end. Okay, now for accounting, there are 3 different methods which can be followed. Okay, there are 3 different methods of accounting. One is when separate set of books are maintained. For the purpose of joint venture, you maintain a separate set of books. Means, as I said, Rohan is doing his other business of construction also. Kavan is also doing his other businesses of construction. So both of them decide that school project we are constructing. For that, we open an office in Alkapuri. And there we will maintain all the books of accounts related to this school project. So that their own businesses don't get mixed up with this school project. So here what happens, for the work for which they have entered into a joint venture partnership, for that work they maintain separate set of books of accounts. So their own business will not get mixed up with the same. They'll hire a separate accountant for that work, and that accountant will do the accounting only of that school project. Any confusion with this? Second, when no separate set of books are maintained. Now suppose here, let us say that they divide the work between them. Just for example, suppose Kavan is good in accounts. Suppose. So here they divide the work, and Rohan is good in marketing. So, or let us say Rohan is good in buying, production, engineering activities. So they divide the work. Rohan takes care of engineering and other activities, and Kavan will take care of accounts. So they don't maintain separate set of books. Kavan takes the responsibility. Wherever he is doing his own business, he is having his own office. He says there itself, I'll keep the records of joint venture also. So entire responsibility of doing the accounting for venture goes to one co-venture. Is everyone clear with it? So here there are no separate set of books. There is no separate office required for that. Any one co-venturer takes the responsibility of maintaining the books of accounts. And in his own books he combines that. Means whatever accounting is done by Kavan for his own business, in that itself he combines the accounting of this venture. Is everyone clear with this? Any confusion with the second method? And the third one, when each co-venturer maintains the records of their own transactions, and it is also called as memorandum joint venture method. Now here what happens is, both of them maintains books of accounts, but related to their own transaction only. In second one what happens, even whatever activities are done by Rohan related to school project, accounting is done by Kavan. And whatever activities are done by Kavan related to school project, that accounting is also done by Kavan. But in third method what happens, Kavan also maintains the books of accounts, Rohan also maintains the books of accounts, but only related to their transaction. Means whatever activities Rohan is doing, buying, selling, expenses, income related to school project, he keeps the record of those activities. Whatever activities Kavan is doing related to school project, he maintains the record of those activities. Then at the end of the project, they exchange the records. Rohan sends the records of his transactions to Kavan, and Kavan sends to Rohan. And both of them maintain memorandum, both of them make memorandum joint venture. So Rohan has the record of his own transactions, plus in exchange he will get Kavan's records. Combining both of them, he'll make memorandum joint venture. Kavan already has the record of his own transactions. At the end, he will receive from Rohan, and he will also make memorandum joint venture. But both of this memorandum joint venture should reveal the same position. So both of them maintain the books of accounts, but related to their own transactions. Is everyone clear with this? Okay. These two are not in syllabus. So only introduction I explained you what are these three methods. But otherwise in syllabus you have only one method, Pearl and Kavan. In syllabus you have only one method when separate set of books are maintained. So separate office they will maintain like Alkapuri or any other place, and there they will keep all the records of school project. Separate accountant will do accounting only for the school project. Any confusions with this? Note it down. Done. Everyone has written, raise your hand who is writing it still. Completed everyone? Now be attended. When separate set of books are maintained, three necessary accounts are to be made. Okay, the necessary accounts will include: one, joint venture account. It is exactly like trading and profit and loss account, like consignment account we had in the last chapter. So joint venture account, you will debit for any inflow of goods and expenses, and joint venture account you will credit for sales and incomes and outflow of goods. So joint venture account is exactly like a trading and profit and loss account. You will debit it for inflow of goods and expenses. You will credit it for outflow of goods, sales and incomes. Once again, it is exactly like a trading and P&L account. You will debit it for inflow of goods and expenses. You credit it for outflow of goods, incomes and sales. Second, we make co-venturers account. Here in the joint venture, Rohan and Kavan are called co-venturers. Co-venturers are like the partners. Okay, people entering into joint venture, they are called as co-venturers. So this is exactly like partners capital account. This is exactly like partners capital account, will follow the rule of debit the receiver and credit the giver. So if co-venturers are the receiver, you will debit their account. If they are the giver, you will credit their account. It is exactly like a partner's capital account. Whatever profit arises in joint venture will be distributed amongst co-venturers, and like from P&L account we used to transfer it to partner's capital account. Same way, whatever profit comes will transfer it to co-venturers account. And third is joint bank account. Okay, so for co-venturers account will follow the rule of personal account, that is debit the receiver, credit the giver. Now joint bank account is exactly like cash and bank account. Normally what happens is, if they enter into a joint venture to construct a school project, then for the purpose of school project they will open a separate bank account, so that any fraud between them or any one person does not try to manipulate the things. So they will open a separate bank account, which will be a joint bank account of Rohan and Kavan. And they will bring some capital also deposited in that joint bank account. And whatever expenses etc. are incurred, they'll incur from that joint bank account. Whatever incomes are earned, they'll deposit in that joint bank account. And once the venture is over, they'll withdraw the money and close the bank account. Okay, so separately for this venture, they open a joint bank account so that any dispute does not arise in future. So it is exactly like cash. If cash or bank comes in the business, in their joint venture transaction, then they will debit that, and if it goes out, then they will credit it. Is everyone clear with this? So these three accounts are opening. All the journal entries are to be given affecting these three accounts only. So I'll discuss once I take up with the types of examples, and we are not going to record any journal entries anywhere. Only with the concepts we are going to solve this chapter. So you must be clear that joint venture is like trading and P&L account, co-venture is like partners capital account, and joint bank is like cash and bank. Joint venture you will debit for inflow of goods and expenses. You will credit it for outflow of goods, sales and incomes. This is like partners capital, you will follow the rules of personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. And this is like cash and bank account. If cash comes in the venture, you will debit it. If cash goes out of the venture, you will credit it. Is everyone clear with this? Not at all. Who are writing it still? Now there are three types of questions we'll have in this chapter. One is joint consignment of goods, that will finish right now in this lecture itself. Second is joint construction contracts, that will practice in the evening, and tomorrow morning 2 lectures will take up for that. Maximum questions in exams are asked for construction contracts. And third is joint underwriting of shares. That we will finish tomorrow evening and the chapter will be over. So 3 types of questions are covered in exams. Joint consignment of goods means, the example which I gave you, Rohan and Kavan enter into venture for construction of school project. That is the second example, joint construction contract. Now same way 2 people can enter into a joint venture for buying and selling of goods also. Let us say that Kaushal is doing his own trading activities, buying and selling. He does import and export from China. Let us say that Mayank also does import and export from Russia. Now both of them have got an offer to do import and export from Canada, high level. So both of them enter into a joint venture that this involves huge outflow and inflow of money. So we do it together. So there is, people can enter into joint venture for buying and selling of goods. There is joint consignment of goods. Then construction contract, as I gave the example. And underwriting of shares means when a new public company enters into the market, then they issue IPO, initial public offering. In that, there is a clause of minimum subscription, where if the company does not get at least 90% capital of the issued capital to the public, they cannot start the business. So there are underwriters, guarantors who guarantee that 90% capital will be subscribed. If it is not subscribed, they are supposed to purchase it. For taking so heavy risk, they get commission. Their main income is commission. So here also it may happen that a new company is coming up, like DMart had issued these shares in past. So a new company is coming up, and then Hinal, Rathi and Udeshi, they enter into joint venture. They say, we will take the guarantee of this new issue. But single-handedly they cannot take the guarantee, so they jointly take the guarantee. If there is under subscription, then they will have to buy those shares. So 3 kinds of examples are possible. Do you understand it? And today we'll take up with the first one, joint consignment of goods. So one example I'll do on the board and one you'll try on your own, and 2, 3 you'll take in homework. Consignment will finish right now. Okay? Underwriting. Joint underwriting of shares. Now, we'll just orally discuss what kind of transactions are possible in joint consignment of goods, accordingly what journal entry we would pass, but affecting these 3 accounts only. Every journal entry will have effect on either of these 3 accounts only. No other account will come into existence. Okay? So we'll discuss few examples of transactions and then we'll solve the question. Okay? Understand this? So suppose 2 people enter into joint consignment of goods, joint venture. Then first of all, both of them, as I said, will bring the capital. In every question you'll have the co-venturers bringing the capital, and they open joint bank account. They open a bank account separately, because we are also taking up with the method where separate set of books are made. So initially, in all the types of questions, when the 2 co-venturers bring the capital and open the joint bank account, okay, then in the venture cash comes in, debit what? Comes in. But in this joint venture account, so if cash comes in, we have to debit which account? Joint bank. So joint bank account, debit. And partners are the giver, credit the giver, but for that you credit which account? Co-venture. So now in joint venture, when the co-venturers bring the capital in the business and open a joint bank account with that money, deposit the money in the joint bank account, what journal entry you will pass? Joint bank account, debit to co-venturers. And doubt till here? Further, after that they will buy goods. Now they are doing consignment of goods. So first they will buy the goods. Now if they buy the goods, this phone is working, no? Now if they buy the goods, then where should we record purchase of goods? Joint venture account. So if they buy the goods together jointly, then joint venture account, debit. And they'll pay the money for that, so cash goes out, you'll credit which account? Means every journal entry will be focused on these 3 accounts only. So if they buy the goods, then what journal entry will come? Joint venture account, debit to joint bank account. Now suppose they do the purchase in this manner, that they are buying two things, electronic goods and let us say durable commodities. Kaushal makes the payment for electronic goods, Mayank makes the payment for durable commodities. Then in that situation again, goods are coming in, so you debit which account? Joint venture. And Kaushal and Mayank are the givers, so so if they purchase the goods for cash, then joint venture account debit to joint bank account. And if they purchase individually pay for it, co-venturers only pay for it, then joint venture account debit to co-venturers account. If they purchase on credit, then joint venture account debit to creditors account. Then fourth account will be opened. Which one? Creditors account. And when we settle the creditors account will get closed. Understood this? Bills account can also come into existence. So that when we solve the questions, we'll see those extra accounts. But these are the three main accounts which are going to be made. After that, expenses will be incurred. They have to pay customs duty, import duty, selling expenses before selling the goods. So whatever expenses are incurred, expenses will affect which account? Joint venture. Expenses for debit, joint venture account. And if they pay in cash, to joint bank account. And if respectively they pay on their own from their own pocket, then to co-venturers account. Co-venturers are the giver, credit the giver. So all are based on concepts only. If you understand these three accounts properly, all entries will be affecting these three accounts only. Okay. After that, they sell those goods. So if they sell the goods and receive money, then joint bank account debit, cash comes in, debit what comes in, and goods goes out, credit what goes out to. So like sales we credit in trading account, here also sales will credit in joint venture account. And if they sell the goods and retain the money individually, Kaushal sells the goods and keeps the money, Mayank sells the goods and keep the money, and at the end they settle it. Then co-venturers are the receiver, debit the receiver, co-venturers account, debit, and goods sold goes out, credit what goes out to joint venture account. Any confusion up till here? At the end, whatever goods remain unsold, they now suppose decide to close the venture. Then Kaushal says electronic goods, whatever remains unsold, I take it. And Mayank says whatever durables remain unsold, I take it. Then goods taken at the end by the co-venturers, they'll take it at the cost price itself. So in that situation, what entity will pass? Co-venturers are the receiver, debit the receiver, co-venturers account, debit, and goods goes out from the business, credit what? Goes out to joint venture account. And then profit and loss will be distributed. So joint venture will be transferred to co-venturers. Co-venturers will settle their money. So that will be transferred to, and joint bank must tally. All the three accounts should get closed at the end. Did you understand this? So take out the pamphlets. Look at page number 74. Be attended. Journal entries for recording in separate set of books. First on deposit of capital. As I said, they'll bring the money, deposit and open a separate joint bank account. So cash comes in, debit what comes in, but for that which account will debit? Joint bank account debit. And co-venturers are the giver, credit the giver to co-venturers personal account. Purchase of goods. If they purchase for cash, then goods comes in, debit what comes in, which account will debit for that? Joint venture account. Cash goes out, credit what goes out, but which account will credit for that? To joint bank account. And if they purchase on credit, then I said joint venture account debit and you open to creditors or suppliers account, it will get closed at the end. And on supply of goods by any co-venturers, this may also happen that co-venturer says in my business, they all are doing individual businesses also. Surplus goods are already lying, they bring that business in the joint venture. So if co-venturers supply the goods, then again goods comes in, debit what comes in, joint venture account debit, co-venturers are the giver, credit the giver to co-venturers account. Any doubt with this? On payment of expenses, if they pay out of joint bank account, common fund which they have established, then for expenses you will debit joint venture account, and cash goes out from joint bank, credit what? Goes out to joint bank account. And if any co-venturer pays for it, then joint venture account debit to co-venturers account. On sale of goods, again for cash sales, joint bank cash comes in debit, what comes in joint bank account debit, and for sales you will credit joint venture account. In case of credit sales, customers or debtors account will be opened separately, ledger account will be opened for that, it will get closed at the end to joint venture account. If sale of goods by any co-venturer is taking place and he retains the money, co-venturer, then co-venturer is the receiver, debit the receiver, co-venturer account debit, and for sale of goods to joint venture account. Then as I discussed with you on taking away of unsold stock in full or in part by any co-venturers, at the end whatever goods remain unsold, if co-venturers take it back, then co-venturers are the receiver, debit the receiver, co-venturers account debit, and sale of or goods going out you will record in joint venture account. Then transferring the balance of joint venture account, in case of profit, joint venture account debit to co-venturers account, and in case of loss, co-venturers account debit to joint venture account. No need to remember this entry, you just remember whatever balance remains in joint venture will be transferred to co-venture. It will be distributed in the profit sharing ratio. And on settlement of balance of personal account of co-venturers, again instead of remembering debit and credit balance, you just remember co-venturer will be transferred to joint bank and joint bank must. Is everyone clear with this? So look at question number 1. Yes, be attentive everyone. Page 79, question number 1. Bill and Clinton page 79. Bill and Clinton entered into thank you for reminding me. Bill and Clinton entered into a joint venture. Yes, silence now. Paying rupees 30,000 and 50,000 respectively in joint bank account. So they have opened a joint bank account in which Bill has deposited how much? 30,000. Clinton has deposited 50,000. What journal entry will pass for this? Joint bank account debit. Cash comes in, debit what? Comes in. To co-venturers means to Bill's account 30,000, to Clinton's account 15,000. And sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2. It was agreed that the joint bank account is to be used for purchases and sales. Underline this. Means whatever purchase is made in the business, the money will be paid from joint bank account. Whatever goods are sold, that money will be deposited in joint bank. It was agreed that joint bank account is to be used for purchase and sales, while each partner is to meet his joint venture expenses out of his private funds. When any expense is to be paid, it will not be paid from joint bank. It will be paid by the co-venturer, and later on they will settle the account at the end. So purchase of goods, money will be paid from joint bank. Sale of goods, money will be deposited in joint venture. But when any expense is to be incurred, then whichsoever co-venturer is incurring the expense, he will pay at that point of time. At that point of time, he will pay for it, and later on they will adjust the accounts. Any confusion with this? So underline this also. Each partner is to meet his joint venture expenses out of his private funds. Each partner is to charge 5% commission on sales made by him. So commission to partner for the business it's an expense. So you will debit joint venture. And commission, like in partner's capital account, we used to write it in credit side. Same way to co-venturers account. Is everyone clear with this? So what will be the entry for commission? Joint venture account debit to co-venturers. The transactions for the year ended 31st December 2012 were as follows. Bill purchased 80 tons of wheat at rupees 600 per ton. But purchases you will pay from joint bank. So what entry will you pass for this 80 tons of wheat at 600 per ton? Purchases, so joint venture account debit, like you debit purchasing trading account. But you have to pay from joint bank. So cash goes out, credit what goes out to joint bank account. And expenses 3,000, but expenses are to be paid from private funds. So for this expense of 3,000, what entity we will pass? Joint venture account. First of all, expense, so joint venture account, debit. And co-venturer pays for it, so two co-venturers account. Any doubts for this? Once again, bill purchased 80 tons of wheat at 600 per ton. 80 into 600, 48,000. What entity will pass for this 48,000? Joint venture account debit to joint bank account. Purchases will be made from joint bank. And expenses 3,000, what entity you pass? Joint venture account debit to co-venture, means to bill account. Same way, Clinton sold 60 tons of wheat at 750 per ton. Now, sales money will be deposited in joint bank. So what entity we will pass for this sales? Joint bank account debit, cash comes in, debit what? Comes in. And sales will be credited to joint venture. Okay, joint bank account debit to joint venture account. 60 into 750. Any doubts for this? And his expenses 2,000. Again, expenses co-venturer will pay from his own pocket. So what entity will he pass for this expense of 2,000? Joint venture account debit to Clinton account. Yes? And commission we discussed after that. We'll pass the entry. Whenever sales are made, commission entry is going to be joint venture account debit to co-venturers account. Okay? Now Clinton purchased 10 tons of sugar for rupees 7,000. For rupees 7,000, is it given per ton?
No.
Like if you see the earlier two sentences, it is given per ton. So don't do 7,000 into 10 again. 7,000 is the total cost of all the 10 tons. Okay? So what will be the journal entry again for this purchases? Purchases will pay from joint bank. So what entry will pass? Joint venture account debit to joint bank account. And again for expenses of 1,000, joint venture account debit to Clinton account. Bill sold 8 tons of that sugar for rupees 8,000. Again sales money will be deposited in joint bank. So what entry will pass for sales? Joint bank account debit to joint venture account. And again for expenses of 500, joint venture account debit to Clinton, to bill account. Any doubts for this? Prepare joint venture account, joint bank account and personal accounts for the co-venturers of the year 2012. Any doubts for this? One more thing. How many tons were purchased for wheat? 80 tons. How many are sold?
60.
So venture is not over. Means here the joint bank account will not get tallied because 20 tons remain unsold. That they will sell in the next year. We just have to make it up till December 2012. It does not get closed. So closing stock will come like closing stock we used to write in trading account, credit side. Here also it will come in joint venture on credit side. Partners capital will have balance. It will not be transferred to joint bank, and joint bank will also have closing balance. None of the accounts will get closed. Reason, all the goods are not sold. The venture continues in the next year. Is everyone clear with it? Same way, how many tons of sugar are purchased? 10. And how many are sold?
8.
So 2 tons remain unsold. Did everyone understand this? Anyone having any doubt in it? So, make 3 formats: joint venture, co-venture and joint bank. Joint venture is slightly more than half a page. Co-venture in the same page, and next page half page joint bank account. Okay. So more than half page joint venture, remaining page co-venture account, and next page half page joint bank account. Okay, now be attended. Who all are still making the format? Complete silence, be attended now. Bill and Clinton entered into joint venture, paying 30,000 and 50,000 respectively in joint bank account and sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2. So first of all, the money deposited in joint bank, cash comes in, debit what comes in, bill debit, joint bank account for that, and co-venturers are the given credit the given to co-venturers. So debit side to co-venturers account. In that, bill 30,000, Clinton 50,000, total 80,000. Any confusion with this? And opposite side in co-venturers account by joint bank account. So this is like the capital brought by them. So as we credit in partners capital account, we credit in co-venturers account. Bill 30,000 and Clinton 50,000. Any doubts up till here? Next. It was agreed that joint bank account is to be used for purchases and sales, while each partner to meet his joint venture expenses out of his private funds. Each partner is to charge 5% commission on sales, so after the sales will give 5% commission. But after the sales, the transactions for the year ended 31st December 2012 were as follows. So the joint venture is not over. We are doing the recording only for the year 2012. Bill purchased 80 tons of wheat at 600 per ton. First of all, purchases will come in joint venture on debit side, and purchases, it is discussed in the earlier paragraph, is to be paid from joint bank. So joint venture account debit side to joint bank account, in bracket wheat, 80 into 600, 48,000, and opposite side in joint bank account by joint venture account, in bracket purchase of wheat, 48,000. Any doubts in this? Next. His expenses 3,000. Expenses are to be met from the private funds. So expenses first of all will debit to joint venture account, but here Bill will pay from his own pocket. So to bill account, in expenses, in bracket 3,000. Any doubts with this? And opposite side in co-venturers account by joint venture account, in bracket expenses, bills column, 3,000. Any confusion with this? All are clear up till here?
Sir, can't get all the expenses
Get it one by one, otherwise you have to read the whole question again and again. So as and when it comes there, you can combine it in co-venturers account. Further, Clinton sold 60 tons of wheat at 750 per ton. Now again, whatever money is realized from sale of goods will be deposited in joint bank account. So joint bank account debit side to joint venture account, in bracket sale of wheat, 60 into 750, 45,000. Is everyone clear with this? And opposite side in joint venture, sale will come in joint venture on credit side by joint bank account, in bracket wheat, 60 into rupees 750, 45,000. Any doubts in this? All are clear with it? Whatever money is realized from sale of goods will be deposited in joint bank. We are good. Clinton purchased 10 tons of sugar for rupees 7,000. Sorry, expenses. Okay, expenses of 2,000. We are good. To Clinton account. Who has incurred these expenses now? Clinton. So to Clinton account, in bracket expenses 2,000. And second effect, co-ventures credit side we have already written for expenses. So there you can write directly in Clinton's column 2,000. Is everyone clear with this? Next, Clinton purchased 10 tons of sugar for rupees 7,000. Ruben?
joint venture account debit to co-venture account, but
Wrong. Harsh.
to joint bank.
Purchases are to be made from joint bank. So joint venture account debit to joint bank account in bracket sugar directly 7,000 is the total cost only, and opposite side in joint bank account by joint venture account in bracket purchases of sugar 7,000. Is everyone clear with this? Then his expenses were 1,000. Come on.
Joint venture account debit and his co-venture
In whose account?
in Clinton.
To Clinton account 1,000 again for expenses. And opposite side in co-venturers account by joint venture account in Clinton's column for expenses 1,000. Is everyone clear with this? Then Mansi Bill sold 8 tons of sugar for rupees 8,000.
Joint bank account debit to joint venture.
Joint bank account debit to joint venture account. So joint bank account debit side to joint venture account in bracket sale of sugar 8,000 and joint venture credit side by joint bank account in bracket sugar directly amount is 8,000. Is everyone clear with this? And his expenses were rupees 500 the way.
sir, to meals account.
Joint venture account debit side for expenses, and expenses are to be paid privately. So to bill account 500 and
in
yes, credit side in joint venture account and bills column 500. Is everyone clear with this? Anyone having any doubt till here? Now all the transactions are over, but we need to find the value of closing stock. Yes, commission on sales. Wheat is sold by Bill, so he will get commission on 45,000. Sugar is sold, no, wheat is sold by Clinton, and sugar is sold by Bill, so on that he will get commission. What is the entry for commission? Joint venture account debit to co-venturers account. So debit side to co-venturers account in bracket commission. Below that, Bill. Now Bill has sold sugar, so he will get commission on 8,000. 8,000 into 5%, 400. And also this. And Clinton has sold wheat, so he will get commission on 45,000. 45,000 into 5%, 2250. So 2650. Is everyone clear with this?
Yes.
And opposite side in co-venturers account by joint venture account in bracket commission. $400 in Bill's column and 2250 in Clinton's column. Is everyone clear with this? Any doubts up till here? Now, closing stocks value is to be obtained, which will come in joint venture on credit side. As I said, the venture does not get closed. So how to find that? Understand it? First, put your pens down. I am showing the value of wheat closing stock, and you all will find the value of sugar on your own. So understand it properly. How many units of wheat are purchased? 80 tons. Minus how many units of are sold? 60 tons. So unsold are 20 tons. Very much like consignment workings. Now, what was the purchase price of wheat? 80 tons into 648,000 plus, like we used to add direct expenses. We'll add only the expenses on purchase. What are the expenses incurred at the time of purchase? At the time of purchase, expense of, can you all see 3,000 is incurred? That will increase the value of goods. Selling expenses are not to be added, only purchase expenses are to be added. So what is the total cost of the goods which is purchased? 51,000. Now, how would you find the value of this 20 tons which is remaining unsold? So closing stocks value is equal to, this 51,000 is the value of how many tons? 80 tons. So divide by 80, you get per ton value multiplied by 20 tons unsold. What does it come to? 12,750 is the value of wheat unsold. Is everyone clear with this?
Yes, sir.
After this, do for sugar on your own. 1600 who all are able to get for sugar? Working note 2. Okay, units purchased 10 tons minus sold 8 tons, so unsold are 2 tons. And then purchase price is directly given 7,000 plus expenses at the time of purchase are 1,000. Total cost is 8,000. This is of 10 tons. So 8,000 divided by 10 tons into 2 tons remaining unsold 1600. All could get it right? So everyone is clear with this? Now, as I said that the venture is not getting closed, so in joint venture credit side you'll write by closing stock account. In bracket, working note 1 and 2, wheat 12750, sugar 1600, so 14350. Single effect only. Is everyone clear with this? Joint ventures balance. We will distribute in the ratio of 3:2. See the third line in the question. How are the profits and losses to be distributed? 3:2 ratio. So 45, 53, 67, 350. And it's 48, 51, 53, 60, 61, 63,000, 64, 150. We subtract then 3,200. 2 co-venturers account. This is profit which will be distributed between co-venturers. So to co-venturers account, and we will distribute in the ratio of 3:2. So Bill 3/5 and Clinton 2/5. Means 3,200 into 3/5. 1920. 3,200 into 2/5. 1280. Did you all understand this? Any doubts in it? Opposite side in co-venturers account by joint venture account in bracket profit. Bills column 1920. Clinton's column 1280. Any confusions in this? Now normally, co-venturer you are required to close and transfer to joint bank. That you will not do here because the venture does not get closed. So whatever balance remains, we'll simply write to balance carried down. Whatever amount remains, we will simply write to balance carried down. So here credit side
56530.
33,9 35820 and 52, 53, 55, 56, 530. Three five eight two zero 56530. Two balance carried down. Any confusion in this? And joint bank also whatever amount remains will write by balance carried down because it will continue in the next year. So 80, 120, 125, 133. And 133 minus 55, so 78,000 by balance carried down. Is every one of you clear with this? Any confusions? So I'll discuss one question and you'll try it on your own. Okay, and then I'll do the solution at the end on the board. Everyone is clear with this? Look at page number 78, question number 11. I'm discussing it in a similar one, then you start solving it. In the evening, we'll take up one more example of consignment of goods, then we'll take up construction contract. We'll take up the example where the things should get tallied at the end. Like here the closing stock remains unsold. What if it does not remain unsold? Then joint venture will go to co-venturer, co-venturer will go to joint bank and it must tally. So that will see in the evening. Look at page 78, question 11. AB and BC entered into a joint venture on 1/10/15 for sale of specified goods by paying 55,000 and 35,000 respectively in joint bank account. Should enter for this.
Co-venture account credit side and joint venture account debit side.
Joint venture.
Joint bank account.
Joint bank account debit side. Okay. The capital contributed and deposited in joint bank account. So what journal entry you'll pass for this? Joint bank account debit to co-venturers account. Okay, even if you don't remember the journal entries effects, you must be able to tell me correctly. So joint bank account debit side and co-venturers account on credit side. Sharing profit and loss in the ratio of 2:3. It was agreed that, and this joint bank account is to be used for purchase and sale. So same like the question we did right now. Whatever purchases are made, the money will be paid from joint bank. Whatever sales are made, that amount will also be deposited in joint bank. Also underline, each venture means co-venturer is to meet his joint venture expenses out of private fund. So whenever expense comes, will credit which account? Co-venturers account. Each venture is to charge a commission of 6% on sales made by him. Here also we did that. 5% was there, now 6%. So joint venture account debit to co-venturers account. The transactions for the period ended 31/3/16 were as follows. Now, AB purchased goods costing 30,000. So, here
Sir, joint venture account debit side to joint bank account.
joint venture account debit side to joint bank because money will be paid from joint bank and credit side by joint venture account. Expenses in connection thereof amounted to rupees 5,000. See?
Joint venture to co-venture.
Yes, here you write joint venture account debit to AB account for expenses and co-venture is on credit side by joint venture. He sold means who? AB only. 90% of these goods at 30% over the cost price. Now here units are not given like previous question. So they are given he sold 90% of these goods over 30% of cost price. So do what is the cost of the goods? 35,000. What is the cost of the goods? 35,000. Expenses are also to be added. So 30 plus 5, 35,000. Now do 35,000 into 90% plus 30% profit. 40,950. Any doubts with this? All are clear with it? I repeat it again. He sold 90% of these goods at 30% over the cost price. So 30,000 plus 35,000. What is the cost price of these goods? 35,000 is 90% plus profit of 30%. Any doubts with this? And what will be the entry for this, Sunil, for selling of goods?
For selling of goods on joint venture account, credit side to joint bank account.
Joint venture credit side by joint bank account and joint bank account debit side to joint venture account. Once again, how will we get this amount of sales? 35,000 into 90% plus profit of 30%. Next, selling expenses amounted to 15,000 per.
joint venture account debit to ye co-venture.
Joint venture account debit to co-venture, that is AB account. Now BC purchase goods costing 50,000. By BC purchase goods costing 50,000. Joint venture account debit to joint bank account. Purchases will be paid from joint bank. And expenses in connection thereof amounted to 5,500. Yashvi? Joint venture account debit to BC account, and in BC account on credit side by joint venture account. Now again he sold 80% of these goods. So again 80% you will do of what value?